a Fulani man will not rule this country. Because that's how we should go. Because they are killing us and they are still killing us. Why should we award them with the presidency, the highest office of this country? Are we stupid? If our people are not, if they don't regard our people as subservient, they will not talk like that. Because they look at us as if we are nobody in this country. That's why he has the guts to say those things he's saying. Because he feels entitled that he's born to rule. And that notion, that preponderant notion, and that kind of mentality, that it will never help us to a nationhood. We will never grow to a nationhood. If we want to grow in this country, we have to be fair to every tribe. We have to be fair to every religion. And that is how we should move forward. But enough of this hypocrisy in this country.
The average educated Nigerian, in order to be shown as a liberal, very freedom-loving, democratic person, is always trying to be nice to the North. There is no reason to be nice to the North. They are our brothers, and we have a right to fight over the issues that we need to change. It is no longer right to be nice to the North. Because in this particular case, I give you a very good example now. You have a governor who tells you that all the non-Nigerian Fulanis must be catered for by the Nigerian state, and actually argues against the respect for international boundaries, argues against national policies on the grounds that one ethnic group, which just happened to be the ethnic group with which the British worked out an alliance, should permanently remain a freeholder, moving across all boundaries, respecting no laws and things of that nature. If you are talking about all Nigerians having a right, that is a claim to a divine right that you are not allowed to touch unless you belong to that ethnic fraction in Nigeria. If that ethnic fraction had the means to create a nation, they would have created one by now. The truth is that between the Fulani and the Hausa, there is a very badly structured sense of nationality. The way people talk about it, those who know, they will say a pulo is a pulo and a kado is a kado. It means that although they speak the same language, they have not managed to create a sense of nationality. And they have imposed that in every other part of Nigeria and in every Nigerian conference and situation. We just don't need, we don't have to be over-liberal. Let us confront the issues. When you allow a small minority to control a majority, as I once said in this station, they can only rule by falsehood and violence.
The northern Nigeria you're talking about, that has spent more time in power than any other part of the country, today is the most dangerous place to live, probably in the world, the most impoverished part of the world. It is negative on all indices of human development. As we speak, northern Nigeria today is also the largest human slaughter slab in the entire world. I don't think any part of the world has more killings going on than in northern Nigeria. Not even in Gaza. Yes. So again, it does not help anybody because you cannot run a country along sectional lines. It will never hold, the center will never hold to the benefit of anybody. It happened in Sudan. Northern part of Sudan dominated southern Sudan for so long, led to 2 civil wars and eventual secession. Where is Sudan today? Sudan is embroiled in its own civil war by the same Arab people themselves that are Muslims that have dominated others. Where is southern Sudan today? The same thing. The Nor and the Dika tribe are daggers drawn. The lesson here is this: if you cannot live together as Igbo, Yoruba, and Hausa, you are not likely to live together as Yoruba, as Igbo, and as Hausa, because the same tendency that made you think that the Hausa man is different from you is likely going to make the Jebu man think it's different from the Egba man, or the Aori man, or the Kiti man. The same thing with the Ngwa man, and the Suka man, the Ebonyi man, and so on and so forth. The same thing with all the constituent tribes in northern Nigeria. So essentially what the world has shown us, the outside world, is that as long as the common denominator is humanity, humanism, human beings, there could be shared values, and it's universal. The common need of a man is food, shelter, and clothing. Every human, all. In fact, animals can be domesticated. Even the wildest of animals must provide shelter, food, and clothing. A lion can become a pet. Talking of a human being.
The only business they not have in Nigeria is what? Leadership. Give them power. You can take every other thing. That is why whenever they are out of power, it looks like heaven has fallen upon them. The North doesn't want to, that is, be out of power for 1 minute in Nigeria. That is the only thing they are, in fact, that's the only thing they came to do in Nigeria. How to grab power. How to grab power. How to be in power. They are not even talking of the Southeast that have not tasted it too, and yet we don't bother.
But we've not heard this. We've not heard the supporters of this administration come on them as they come on others.
Because Esther, oh God, you know, like I told you, whenever you allow an evil conduct to continue or fester for too long, before you know it, it becomes a tradition and culture. Since 1957, we have always seen the North as being the superior being, you know, upper hand and all that. It was Awolowo and Zik who made the mistake of not leaving them when they said they don't want independence. And we have to wait for them until 1960. So they now believe that they are indispensable. Esther, they not, because of that particular mistake. This is why I told you that I will not do things the way others are doing it. I'm not joking. We made that mistake. They now felt that they are indispensable, that we need them. Whatever they do, we must accept it. Now ask yourself, what exactly is the North contributing to Nigeria? No, tell me. What are they contributing except these terrorists that are spreading all over the place? So that thing has made them to believe that here there is a superior region, that whatever they want, they will get it. And you have bought it because you don't even have the willpower to challenge them. You can see it. It's not as if that they have. It's just that when they blow us like this, all of us will go and hide under our bed. Because the leadership here, I can see that they don't even have what it takes to confront the North and ask them, why are you doing all this? Like this is terrorism issue. Esther, can you imagine people from the South causing this terrorism all over the place? Can you imagine what they will say? But nobody here is talking. Have you seen what I told you here, that we have local champion here who claim to be a god? When you're supposed to talk, we are not talking. I said, if I am in this particular race or politics, before God, it will be a campaign issue. The North, why did you go and brought terrorists into Nigeria and you still want to lead the same country? Why? Can they answer that question? Mention one politician from the South who asked that question. When they told Obi that he was importing alcohol, I said, Obi, ask them, why are they importing terrorism? Terrorism and alcohol, which one is worse? Your alcohol, how many people has he killed? But terrorists are wiping out the entire village. And they are coming from the North, yet they are not talking. Nobody is asking the question. Esther, even these people that are killing themselves over here, every time the Yorubas are either attacking the Igbos, you know, the Igbos are either attacking Yoruba. Meanwhile, their real enemy is these people from the North who have taken over their land and they cannot allow them to go to farm. Are they not supposed to be talking about it? Since these are the common enemy they have. Can you just imagine? Is that not what they're supposed to be addressing by now? Look at how long these people have kept us busy here. Terrorists from the North.
President, I'll come to you.
So if they don't want to address it, why are they talking about politics? Look at the North, don't forget about this terrorism and other, and they want to grab power. How can you lead the people that you want to destroy? How?
No, most of their complaints has been that there is malnutrition, there's poverty, and that there is insecurity. A lot of their communities are displaced. A particular House of Rep member broke down in tears that more than 50 persons in his constituency were killed. In fact, more than 50 communities within his constituency. The question is who caused it, Esther? Who caused it? Who drew the first blood? They said, look, they came out they are even proud of it. Esther, they were Kawu Baraje. He came out openly and was jubilating how they brought terrorists into Nigeria. I said, what? I told you here, I said it several times. Elder statesmen, led by Padebanjo, they sued Buhari to court 50 billion. They sued him to court for being the head of terrorism in Nigeria, for causing terrorism in Nigeria. A sitting president of Nigeria. Yet nobody, the same man, when he died, everybody was worshiping at his grave. What kind of country is this, Esther? We let the leprosy that is worried and we are treating rashes. The same people
They do it with so much impunity, with so much arrogance. Look at it now, Catholic faith in the north. They say that close 20 stations.
Yeah.
Not that they attack, or not that they attack them, or that the Fulani herdsmen are living inside the church, the church. Esther, living inside the church. So, what grass are they looking for inside the church? What grass? Please, because they will tell us they are grazing. What grass are they looking for inside the church? Yet, these things are not campaign issue anywhere, Esther. They are not campaign issue. Look at how Boratai and all the men are talking. Christopher Musa telling us this and that. Esther, the terrorist lead they gave them, what happened to it?
I don't know.
The man is telling us is the court. The people you arrested in the southeast, and you are killing them for nothing. Remember what Amnesty International said about killings in the southeast? Innocent people, innocent people. So why are they not shooting people at sight?
Like they are doing that.
To tell you that there is a lot of deceit. Esther, look, I wish I am in this politics. They would have heard from me. What kind of rubbish is that? Why are they not shooting those people at sight? Rather, they will be going and be discussing with them. Esther, talking with them, having dinner with them. Pampering them. After talking with terrorists in Ibu, you come out and be complaining. This thing is too much. I said, what? Do you know that after the credit went to go and visit Tony Bello? 2 days after, this same Musa and his people, this same defense minister, he came to tell us that they are looking for Tony Bello.
Yes,
I was pissed off.
It was on this platform.
I was pissed off.
He told us that he's not within their custody. They haven't gotten him yet.
Yeah?
Right.
So these are issues that I expected these politicians to be talking about. Tinubu will now manage and then become president for 2 times or even 3 times or 4 times and then leave office. Meanwhile, terrorism will be there. He will come and be claiming that he has become Nigerian president. Meanwhile, he has not done anything.
There's no person that can go for 3 terms or 4 terms.
No, he will do it though.
He won't do it.
He said what?
He won't do it.
Has he not done one since?
He will not do it.
Esther,
he won't do that.
If they change the constitution, you will be here. Is it not this National Assembly?
They can't allow that.
So what will happen if they do it?
Tinubu won't do that now. He won't stretch it that far.
These other people that have been saying for how many years in office, like Dapo Dia and Museveni, how did they do it? I don't know about democracy.
If Tinubu fought for democracy, he would not let chaos bedevil us in this nation by stretching
these other places where it has been going on. Was that chaos there? Already now, there is no opposition. I hope you know. We only have one party now in Nigeria. APC.
We're coming to that. Mr. Lawal,
dear Atiku, let me speak to you. I was one person who voted for you. At a time, I thought you are a liberal person. Even though you are a Muslim, you are a Northern, I felt you were not infected by the bias that controls and guides the North in their political thinking. But your recent insistence to become the president of Nigeria, even in the face of diverse sentiments, for instance, recently, more apparently, where the sentiment is that presidency should remain in the South, you have insisted to become president when it was the sentiments of the South. You have insisted to become president when it was the sentiments of the North. My brother, where do you draw the line? Because as it is now, it's more or less like the proverbial saying, come rain or shine, you must become president of Nigeria. People have even asked, what thing you forget for Aso Rock when you want to go collect from there? Now, you are close to your... In fact, they said, I don't know, I think, I understand by 2027 you'll be 82 years old. Even though politicians we know we cannot even be sure of the ages of our politicians, but in 2027 you'll be 82. So even if you become president, you become 82. My father died at the age of 82, and at 82, he forgets things. But that is not to mean that you'll be forgetting things. But at 82, you are not in your prime. So, to be very candid with you, everything that is noble I held about you is gone. You cannot tell me that you don't know that the sentiments of Nigeria right now is tending towards Peter Obi.
and you picked Obi, maybe you are thinking that, well, you brought Obi into limelight. You didn't bring Obi into limelight. You saw him as somebody that could aid your political ambition, and you brought him in, right? But the truth is that many advice have come to you to become a statesman, become a kingmaker. But for some reason, I'm going to hold back, thinking that it is not the Fulani political egocentrism that is driving you. I want to believe that. Otherwise, one will be tempted to think that it is this idea that the North decide who should become president that is driving you. Well, sir, bad news for you. The era where the North think that they actually dictates the pendulum of where presidency swing is no longer there. The earlier you realize that, the better. I can assure you, Atiku, I can assure you 100% that if you insist on contesting, you will not win. You will not win this election. And I'll tell you why. The Southeast will not vote for you. The South-South will not vote for you. The Middle Belt will not vote for you. We have had enough of Fulani leadership. The only thing that Fulani leadership has brought to Nigeria is complete chaos and the loss of valuable human lives of Nigeria. When last did you, Atiku, speak against the marauding, derogatory, renegating, denigrating effects of your brothers? None at all. Even when you had the opportunity to condemn what was done to Leah Sharibu, Abi?
Leah Sharibu.
You condemned it, but when you had the pressure from the North, you deleted your tweet. That is to show that you are not a man that will stand on his decision when it comes to taking a decision that is against the North.
Yes, Lord.
You understand me? So for me, just if you can't be a kingmaker, go and rest. For sure, I can tell you for sure, the population of voters in this election are more. And I will tell you without doubt that you don't, the majority of the voters say are the obedience. And I can tell you for sure that they will not vote for you. If you are banking on the North vote to bring you into power, well, I will just say good luck with that. But this insistent of being the presidential flag bearer, I don't know when. It's like the older you get, there's a voice in your head that tells you that you can get it, you can get it. You will not get it. You will not get it. Please, please, be a kingmaker. For once, history beckons on you to write your name in the sands of time. That the division in Nigeria along religious and tribal lines, that Atiku united this country. And the only way you can do that is to support the Obi that you said you would have supported if what's his name, Wike, didn't run. Now is the time. Otherwise, it will dawn on us that you lied. It has always been about an agenda. Perhaps a Fulani agenda. I can't say, but perhaps that is it. Atiku, I beg you with God, step down. Forget my tone. If it's harsh, it's not my intention. I'm just speaking my mind the way it is.
Good day to our viewers all over the world and welcome back to Local Journal. We can hear the complaints of Southerners concerning what the North are doing to them. The North are acting as if the South is subservient to the North and they have an upper power or an upper hand in the establishment of Nigeria, and for that reason they want power to remain in the North forever. But this is not making sense for a country that so many regions came together to form and so many agreements were held before this country became what it is today. The North wanting to be the ruler or to have the upper hand in the scheme of things is not making sense at all, because the way they are treating the South is as if the South are second-class citizens in Nigeria, and it's not making any sense at all whatsoever. And that's the reason why the Southerners are coming out to say all these things they are saying currently about the North. if they not continue this way, there is no way we can have a united Nigeria, and there is no way Nigeria is going to last as a country, because this thing is overbearing already and it's tiring already for the Southerners, and it's time to call the bluff. Now, it's time for the South to rule for their own 80s. Tinubu is just in the second phase of his first tenure, and the North are already clamoring for power return to the northern part of the country, and they are already making plans for Atiku to come back in 2027 election to recontest, just like the way he did in 2023. If Atiku has not come out that time, Peter Obi probably would have gotten a very good opportunity to probably become the president of Nigeria. You know, the Igbo has not ruled since the Second Republic, and it's not something that it's okay at all for a country that they all came together. These three major tribes that we have in Nigeria all came together to form. So the injustice to one region is the reason why some of these problems you are having are currently going on. So if we are talking about power at the moment, the North are not even supposed to even talk about power or returning to power. But the thing is this, their insatiable want and quest for power is still going to make them always contest anytime there's an election or anytime an election is around the corner. You see, these gentleman agreements they had between the North and the South, anytime is the turn of the South, or anytime is the turn of the North, or anytime they have a northern president ruling, the Southerners will never come disturbing or come dragging the position of contesting or the position of presidency with the North, because they respect that agreement and they respect that gentleman agreement, irrespective of the fact that it is not constitutional. However, when it's the turn of the South, they not always try to like kind of break this gentleman agreement and try to contest, and this is not good on the part of the North, to be honest. And the North, they need to retrace their step if they want this country to still continue to be united as one. Can you drop what you have to say in the comment section? And if today is your first time to visit our channel, please can you like, share and subscribe to our channel.